Hello, this is the second maths for today. This is our main maths, mainly coordinates today. Some people yesterday were pretty good with coordinates, some people were a little bit off. So we'll go through some of the ones again that people got wrong yesterday with slightly different numbers. You've got the same sort of thing on Dojo. If you're confused, watch this again. If you're still confused, we'll do another one of these videos tomorrow. All you're really looking for is patterns and counting in sequences. Should be pretty easy. Oh, and don't forget whether it's along first or whether it's up first. Oh, I've forgotten. Is it along first or is it up first?
Along first.
It's always along first, never go up first. Right, so we've got a coordinate here which is 5 along and 8 up to that point. Then we've got a coordinate here, we don't know what it is. We do know that if we go along here and up here, we get 15, 12, and then we don't know what that one is either. So, Mr. Thulis,
Yes.
this coordinate is 5, 8.
Yes.
So, we've gone 5 along to there. How far along have we gone to there?
5.
So our along coordinate for that one is 5. Now the up coordinate we don't know, but somewhere on this line there must be an up
12.
coordinate, and it's there.
Yeah, 12.
So it's 5, 12. Yep,
Yeah.
easy. Let's get Mr. Dennis in all the way along here, all the way to this point,
15.
15, because it tells us here, and that point there is the same distance along. Somewhere there must be an up coordinate for this
8.
line. It's 8, because it tells us it's 8 there. Yeah? Hopefully making sense. If not, watch it again. We've also got, oh, tricky. That actually looks quite nasty, but it's just a pattern. If you know the pattern, you get it right. Lily May, this coordinate all the way up here, how far along have we gone?
3.
And how far up have we gone?
14.
So this line up here is always 14 up. So anything on the same height must be 14 up. Well, that's the same height, and it's 14 up, so that makes perfect sense. Mia, how far along have we gone to get all the way to this point here?
9.
9. So anything on this line has gone 9 along. So if we keep going along here, aha, that one there is 9 along. We need to know how high up this line is as well. Leah, how high is that line?
That's 8.
Right, so now we've got some numbers that we know what we're doing with. We should be okay. We're looking for the coordinate of A. So let's clean it all off. I need to know how far along that is to get me my along coordinate for A. Somewhere it tells you. They've worked it out. Leah, how far along is it?
11.
For A, you reckon that is 11 along, right? So if I look along this line, everything on it will be 11 along.
9.
It's 9, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
then
Well, forget the other one. We know if we go to this line, anywhere up or down doesn't matter. As long as we hit this line, everything on it as the along coordinate is 9. 9. So A must also be 9. So the along for A, make sure you write it in brackets with a comma, is 9. The up for A is more tricky. Relax. All I know from here is that if I go up to this line, I get 8. And if I go up to this line, I get 14. It's where you mustn't forget whether along is first or second. Along's first, right? And then up is second. So I know any second coordinate is up. Well, that bit there is 8 up. That bit there is 14 up. That bit there is halfway. Wow. Noah, what can I do?
you can add it in half.
Add it in half it. So 14 add 8 would be 22.
Yeah.
And then I know it's halfway, so it'd be 11. So let's clean it all up.
I just round halfway.
We know A along is 9. And we know it goes 8, something, 14, halfway would be 11. So the first one's 9, 11. Tricky? Maybe, maybe. We'll get someone else in to do B. Let's pick on Charlie. Charlie, I know that to get all the way across to this point here is 9, yeah? But I don't know how far it is to get all the way across to this point here to get me a B coordinate. I must be able to use a pattern though.
Wouldn't it be 18 if it's just over that?
You reckon it's 18? Yeah?
No, it's not.
It's not, is it? Because look at where our shape starts. It starts at 3. Look at where our shape finishes. It finishes at 9. If I double 9 to get 18, well, that might be okay, but this shape didn't start at 0. So, Lily May, what can I do?
9 add 9 is 18 and then add a 3.
9 add 9 is 18 and then add 3, so 21.
Uh-huh.
So you reckon it's 21 across? Yeah, 21 across? Alright, we'll put 21 across on. We don't know what the up coordinate is. What's that up coordinate, Lily May? 8, because there's an up coordinate here that says 8, so anything on that line is always 8. So Lily May reckons it's 21, 8. Let's check. We'll write Lily May's idea. Leah, what would you do?
I would do, so you know the rectangle 3 to 9?
This bit?
Yeah, the cross bit is
Yeah.
6.
So, okay, because that point there is 3, that point there is 9, so it's a plus 6 all the way across.
So that must be 6 too, so 9 and 6 is 15. So
Right.
it's 15.
So it's 15, 8. Because they've got to be the same rectangle, otherwise there's no way we can do it. So we know point A starts at 9 across, because it tells us there. She's exactly right. We know it's 6 because it goes from 3 to 9, which is 6. So it goes from 9 across, add 6, 15 across. Do you agree with the 8 up? Well, the 8 up must be right because it's 8 up here. So it's 8 across all along the line. So it's 8 up there. Lily May, it seemed like a nice idea, but it didn't work. So we'll just do it one more time for anyone feeling a bit lost. And we'll get Cooper in because I know he wasn't here yesterday. Coops, this point is 3 across, yeah? And this point here, 9 across. So 3 to 9, what's this worth?
6.
That's worth adding on 6. So that one there we know is 9 across, so we add on 6. 9 add 6 gets us 15 across. And we've got an up coordinate, 9, 8. 8 is the up for this line. So that's 8. Yeah, makes sense? Alright, watch that again. If it didn't make sense, we'll do another one. Okay, at this point, things can get a little bit awkward because we've got 4 quadrants. Normally, until you get to year 6, you would only ever use this one. Right, so any coordinate in there is easy because it's always positive. You start using negatives, it gets more tricky. And for this, we're going to need Lucia. How you come, Lucia? Plot me, please, 1, 4. So our first coordinate at the top, 1, 4. Nice and easy. So we should be 1 along, 4 up. Absolutely perfect. We'll give you a little tick, and afterwards you can have a shiny pound. Now we've got to do -2, 5. Think carefully. -2, 5. Okay. Have a look closely at what you've just done. That first coordinate, what does it always mean? What's that?
Across.
Have you gone across -2? No. Right, this is the trouble. As soon as you start throwing other things in, like negatives, people freak out and they don't do the along one first. If you don't do the along one first, you've just got it wrong. So do the along one. Right, so let's have a look. You've gone along -2, so you go along 1, 2. And then you've gone up, because it's a positive, 5. You are completely right. Now we've got 3, 4. As long as you do the along first, you'll be fine. 3 minus 4. Completely perfect. So you did your 3 along, 1, 2, 3, and then you look for your -4. Well, this would be 4, so this must be -4. Yeah? 3 along, -4, up or down. Perfect. -3, -3. So you've gone along -3, you've gone down -3. Nice job. We'll give Lucia a little clap. Well done, Lucia. When you're doing these ones, people, make sure you're always doing the across one first. It doesn't matter whether you're going positive across or negative across. It's still across, right? Then think about going up for positive or down for negative. If you don't do it that way, you've blown it. Okay, some people yesterday found this quite tricky, so I'll just talk you through it. Coops hasn't even done them. Cooper, this point is 3, 5. I don't know. This is 6, 11. I don't know, but I know some things, but I don't know that or that, which is what I've got to find out. So this point here, I can get the up coordinate quite easily. The across is done for me, right?
Yeah.
This up is on the same line as lots of other ups. Now somewhere it must tell me the up.
Is it 3?
Is that an up coordinate?
No, that's the along.
Yeah, so it can't be an along coordinate.
Um,
There's only one thing it can be, because on this line, there is only one up coordinate that I've been given.
5.
5. That's my up coordinate. So it must be 13, 5. Which means this point here, Coop, is on the same line, yeah?
Yeah.
So the up coordinate, remember that's always the second one,
Yeah.
must be
5.
5. Right, now we're getting somewhere. I don't know this along coordinate here, and I haven't got a clue what that is yet. Well, it must tell me though. Anything that's gone up here has got an up coordinate as well, and anything that's gone along here must have an along coordinate. So let's clean it up a little bit. We know the ups are 5s. Coop, which one do you want to do first? The along one or the up one?
The along one.
The along one makes sense because it comes first. I need to know how far it is to there. Now that's tricky because it doesn't tell me. Right, so I've got to work it out.
Is it?
How far along is it to there?
3.
3. And how far along is it? Somewhere it must tell me this one. Aha. How far along is it to there?
5. No, 3.
There must be some numbers near this point, and one of them must be an along coordinate.
6.
6. Right. Let's clean it up again. Remember that information. That's 3. Yeah?
Yeah.
That is 6. So that there must also be 6.
Yeah.
Well, if that's worth 3, and that's worth 6, when I go across this shape, it doesn't matter where I go across it, how much am I adding on?
3 and 6.
Yeah, I've gone from 3 to 6, so what have I added on?
3.
3. So across this shape is worth 3, because it goes from 3 to 6. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right, well I know where this shape starts. It starts at 13. Now I know you've told me the up coordinates are both 5. Across this shape is worth how much?
13. No.
It's the same shape as the other shape.
3.
3. So going across this shape is worth plus 3.
Yeah.
So if this point here is 13 across,
Yeah.
and this is worth plus 3,
Yeah.
what's that worth? How far across have I gone?
3. No.
That's 13 across, right?
Yeah.
When I go across the shape, I add 3 on
Yeah.
to get that across.
16.
16. Well done. So if that's 16 across there, and this is all in a straight line, how far across is that one there?
16.
16. I've got one last coordinate to find, Coop. Now somewhere it must tell me an up coordinate for this point. So somewhere if I keep looking across on the level, there's an up coordinate.
6.
Make sure you're looking at an up coordinate.
11.
11. Use what you've got, find out what you haven't got, and if you haven't got anything, you must be able to get there somehow. 3 goes to 6, 13 must go to something. Pretty easy, right? It's a pattern. Use what you've got. Watch that again if it doesn't make sense. Take your time with those, they can be quite tricky. Also yesterday someone made a complete mess of this. In fact, I say someone, it was a few someones at home, and one someone in here who got himself in a tremendous tangle. But today, he's going to fix it. Noah, this is for 6 people, this is for 15 people. We've got to get from 6 to 15, right? Now if I double 6, I get 12. That might help, but not tremendously. It's a bit slow. And then I could half 6 and add it on. That would work. Is there a quicker way?
Half it and times it by 5.
Right, so if I half 6, I get 3. So that's half it. And then I times it by 5, and I do 3 times 5 and get 15. Perfect. So I half it and times it by 5. So I half my worms, that would be
10.
So 10 worms would be for 3 people. Now I've got to get it to 15, so I times it by
5.
And 10 times 5?
And 50.
50. Right, I'll do the same here. So I half it, that's 7,
Yes.
times it by,
5.
times it by 5, which is,
35.
and we'll do it one more time. We half it, which is 19, and we times it by,
5.
which is
95.
95. So if you didn't get that at home yesterday because you did some kind of weird method, that's a better method, and it works. Work out how to get from 3 to 7. Well, that's nasty. Double it, I get 6. That doesn't help. By half it, I'll get 1.5. Well, there must be a much easier way. Look at the numbers. Look at that. Leah, what would you do?
Times by 7 divided by 3.
Well, that's way too complicated. We don't need to do all that. What would you do? Look at the numbers.
I'll times it by 6.
What would you do?
Into 18.
Do 3s into 18. Coop, divide 18 by 3, what do we get? 6. So if it's 18 for 3 people, it's 6 for 1 person. How am I going to get 7?
You do 7 times 6.
7 times 6 would be 42, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just divide it by 3 and times it. Easy, right? Can I get from 6 to 9? Yes, I can, but I'm going to leave that with you at home. So, have a go at the coordinates, have a go at the tricky ratio style ones. Have fun with that. We'll be back at 11 and 1. Until then, it's bye from me and bye from them.
Bye!